Let's get into the rules here, or the commandments, the 10 commandments. Okay, commandment number 1, be brief. Okay, that's a good one. I will agree with that, and I'm going to talk about these from a judicial perspective, not so much from a lawyer's perspective, so you get an idea of what judges look for. It's a cross, not a filibuster. Okay, judges, I'll tell you something, judges get bored up there in bench trials, and I can only assume that juries get bored by long crosses. All right, cut to the chase. Okay, sometimes literally in one of Bill's cases, I guess, right? Don't drone on and on. I had to direct a finding one time in a criminal case because a lawyer went on and on, droned on and on so long that it was an easy not guilty. There was easily a reasonable doubt it was an attempted retail theft by an older woman. Nobody ever charges or goes to trial in attempt retail theft. So, normally I'd at least let him finish his cross and let the prosecutor redirect. But he went on so long it started to run into my next call, my 1:30 call, so I just cut him off and directed it out. Okay, you win. You filibustered me into submission. Okay, directed finding, enough. Okay, that really happened. By the way, I'm curious. How many people are civil lawyers and how many people are criminal lawyers in here? Could I have a show of hands for criminal lawyers? Anyone here practice criminal law? Oh, we've got a few. Okay, great. And everyone else, I assume, practices civil law and does civil trials? Okay. How about on the webinar? The webinar. Oh, that's right. You can see me, but I can't see you. Sorry about that. Show of hands on the webinar. Okay. So one of the nice things about this, and I meant to chime in on Colin's presentation and Bill's presentation, that what they said is, and also to play off what Bob said, it's not just applicable to either side, plaintiff and defendant. What they said is really applicable to both civil and criminal as well. I have the privilege and honor to have had both a civil and criminal background. I was in both the civil and criminal division of the U.S. Attorney's Office. And what they said is applicable to both. So I'm glad that there's at least a few criminal lawyers in here, but because I'm going to use some examples of criminal crosses here. So yes, very important to be brief. Okay, don't bore the trier of fact. Cut to the chase.